Hey guys, so we're in the studio now. We've set up for Wedding Mayhem. They're in this week. They've got 2 episodes they're shooting. Right, I've got the girls here as well. They're ready for their next guest. Just going to quickly run through some of the kit that we're using. We're using the FX6 with a 28-135 lens. We've got the Sumo recorder here as well. So if you go around that way, you'll see that we kind of select our options of which camera we want to cut to. Really cool piece of kit. We've got another FX6 here on the jib as well, so we can kind of get a bit of movement on there, make it a bit more dynamic. Have we got 5 minutes just to ask you some questions actually before the next guest comes in?
Sure. What were you?
Yeah, I'm going to be on your podcast.
No, thank you. Oh, you've been desperate to get out on the sofa,
Right.
I feel a bit nervous now. It's like the headmaster's office, isn't it? No.
I need to be on the sofa, you two over here.
Yeah.
Interview you.
We're
Right.
so close now.
Basically, everyone who turns up to the studio for a visit, they're always talking about Wedding Mayhem. They're looking at our Instagram going, that's such a cool set. I want to know what you think the success behind Wedding Mayhem is.
Us, obviously. No.
And us.
Yeah, I 100%
I think we don't take it too serious.
No. And we've definitely got imposter syndrome a little bit, because although it's work, it's not work. You know, we come in and we just have a good time, don't we?
We do.
It has blown up though, hasn't it? Because when did you...
Yeah, I'm still not believing it a little bit. And I have to say, I do like 1 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, keep checking it going, yeah, that's real. That's real, you know.
And we're doing the same, checking all the stats. Because we're checking everyone's podcast. So we want everyone to do well. But we're looking at Wedding Mayhem going, that's another 500 subscribers. That's another 200 subscribers. Oh my God.
It is mental.
And you started this in what, October, November? I think we launched in November.
November. I think I emailed you in end of October.
I'm going to leave that for another time. Because I'm going to frame that email and we're going to do a podcast another time.
Probably underneath the bus.
That email still cracks me up to this day, especially when you see where you've come to now from that email.
Yeah, because it was an idea that I had
I was just going to talk about it.
No. I was talking about it that time. But put it into this is 2 different things, you know, and you had the vision, we had the idea, and suddenly it just happened, and then we've just developed it as we've gone along. So it's definitely a team.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I think what people underestimate as well, the amount of work you put in behind the scenes. It's not just you turning up and chatting, having a laugh for an hour. Yeah. I know the amount of work you put into this as well.
Yeah, you've got to prep, and you've got to have the right guests on too. But the work behind this is now another full-time job. Yeah. For both of us, you know, it's the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You can't just rock up and just sit here. You know, you've got to think about what you're doing, what you're going to say.
Lauren does.
I do.
Yeah, but we have different things to do. You know, I'm definitely the researcher. I like to know who they are and stuff like that. But we have found really quickly that it's best that she doesn't know, because then her questions come from the heart.
Yeah, if I already know, I'll just be in silence. So.
Yeah, and we can't lie.
Yeah.
You know, not lie, but act, if you know it. I mean, you have tried this with a script before and it doesn't work.
No,
I can't control you two, basically. I cannot control you two.
Terrible. But no, it's nice having all like the different types of guests on, and because we are really doing it for the wedding industry, aren't we?
I've been in this industry for nearly 23 years now, and I'm really proud of the industry. And, you know, we are independents. And as everybody knows, you know, if you don't book these independents, they won't be here. Yeah. So it's important to do it for these guys. And these are, you know, people that people don't know about. You know, you tend to book people just in your area. So hopefully with
someone that you've seen at another wedding.
Yeah. Some of the guests we've had on have been incredible though.
And I haven't heard of some of
and you would never have heard of them.
No, we've learnt so much.
I'm sure the audience, I'm sure you get loads of messages going, I'm glad you featured Maria, the flower resin.
Yeah.
That was an incredible
she doubled.
My wedding's going to be brilliant, by the way.
Can you imagine Maria? She doubled her orders in a week, 2 weeks, and now is building a studio in her garden. That's based on her coming on. That's blown our minds.
And the amount of exposure people are getting from being on the show for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You then obviously do a hell of a lot of promotion again behind the scenes that people don't see.
Yeah.
All the advertising. So I think that's.
But you guys do that too for us, you know.
It's a real team. I would say it's a real team effort with this.
We really hadn't a clue when we sat on the sofa. You hadn't.
All the shit she bought online.
What shit?
All your little headphones and the microphones that didn't work, and
when are you going to do it?
When we were practicing at home, it didn't work. It doesn't work for us. It works probably for other people.
Remember,
but
we
for
were in
us,
the changing room.
In the changing room,
stuffed in a changing room with all this equipment.
And you submitted that to me and went, "This is our first go. What do you think?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll see you in the studio next week." It's just like, would you please just come in, let us help you.
I honestly, I think on behalf of both of us, we are so welcomed here, and it is our family.
Yeah, and we feel the same.
And
definitely.
we'll get a bit
I feel like this is a bit too deep for us, Gary.
Yeah, cut that
out. But we know that you are behind us and you're championing us, and we have your full support. And you come up with ideas too, or you'll tell us, no, that's a shit idea, but do it anyway, and we'll have a look, see what.
But I'll try and explain that to people. That we don't see this as a transaction. We need you to do well.
Yes.
So for me, it's about our whole team thinking, okay, what other guests can we have on? How else can we approach this?
Yeah.
Because we want this to be successful, because you've got the foundations of making this happen.
Yeah.
And I say we've seen in 6 months how much you've blown up. So let alone what do you think is going to happen in the next 6 months?
Oh my God. Yeah. Where will we be in 6 months?
Can't wait to hear what you're going to say.
On Sky, on GMTV.
I had that dream about being on Sky. Do you remember?
I do remember.
Yeah, I mean, where can we go? I think we just keep doing what we're doing and getting brilliant guests coming on and championing our industry.
Yeah.
We've got people following us that are in the award industry that are, the big guns up there, and they're, it's bringing the little guys up to the top, and I just think it's an incredible thing that we're able to do this.
Yeah.
And and watching people's faces when they come in and go, oh my God,
you're doing it properly.
We're doing it properly. For us it has to be professional, because we've got the bridal boutique. So
because we're not professional, so it helps us.
Yes.
A little bit. It makes it look like we're a bit professional.
But for us as a business, it shows people who we are, and when they walk into the boutique, they're like, oh yeah, instantly they feel at ease and relaxed, and we've had that with the guests that have come on, have gone when they've spoken to clients at wedding shows, they're like, I saw you on the podcast.
I feel like I know you as
they
well.
feel they already, that icebreaker has already been broken, and the foot's in the door, and it's giving people choices.
And you just mentioned the boutique there. Everyone says this to me, but you never talk about the boutique really, or advertise yourself on the show, ever.
Do we not?
No. We know you've got a wedding. You never say, love me, do brides. I know you never mention it. And at the very start, you said this is about us championing the little people as well.
Yeah.
So I think people have loved the fact that this is not a self-indulgent talk show or a podcast.
No.
That you are doing what you said you were going to do.
Yeah. I my aim was to be a bolt-on for the boutique, but it was also for my industry.
Yeah.
Because we all in any industry need supporting. It's really important. It is not self-indulgent, although we actually really like doing this, don't we? And I think for the girls in the boutique, it's an added bonus that they talk about it. They like people, that the response that we get back from people, and this on the sofa go, seen you last week, and they quote us in the street.
You give them enough to quote though, don't you? With the little memes that you do.
But we don't script it. We don't have a script.
No, someone come in a couple of
No, you don't.
There is no controlling these two at all.
We don't have a script. We only see each other on a Saturday.
Yeah.
We don't really talk much in the week and stuff like that, because we're both busy people. But so what comes out here is natural. It's not, we don't plan what to say, and that's normally led by our guests, because the focus is on them and getting as much out of them as possible to give couples what's happening in the wedding industry and what's open to them.
I think that's part of the reason of why this has also become very successful, is the guests are wanting to share the podcast, especially their episodes, because it gives them so much exposure that you're now piggybacking onto them, and it's just working, that it's a proper collaboration. I think that's what I love watching as well. We're kind of watching upstairs going, this is a proper collaboration within the industry.
You watch us upstairs while we're filming?
With the TV's running upstairs, everyone's upstairs watching.
What?
We're editing that out anyway.
Sorry, I've started getting really bad anxiety that it was like
I'm
I
watching
wasn't
that.
going to make.
Right, and we've got your guests
School
coming
run.
in. We've got your guests coming in, so we're going to set up the last
Fine.
camera.
Perfect.
And yeah, so we're going to have a proper little podcast another time. But for now, while we've had 5 minutes, had a quick chat with Wedding Mayhem because you guys keep asking. So right, let's crack on.
So we say bye.
Yeah, say bye.
Bye.
It's all the weird different colours.
Right.
Somebody said I was George out of
So there you go. We've had a chat with Wedding Mayhem, and we'll see you next time.